With a brand new exotic quest on the horizon, GuardianCon just a few days away, and one very successful fundraiser behind us, we've got quite a lot going on in the world of Destiny 2. What's going on, Guardians? My name is the Black Link, and tonight is Thursday, June 27th, 2019, the final Thursday of the month. And you all know by now that means we're going to be covering another issue of the Bungie Weekly Blog, This Week at Bungie, going over the biggest bits of news and information found therein. Now, this week is actually mostly a quiet week when it comes to news from Bungie. There's not too much to talk about, so hopefully we won't be taking up too much of your time here. Of course, this week we did have the release of the heroic mode for the Menagerie. If you haven't had a chance to jump into that activity with about 5 of your friends, you can earn some swords, some curated items, and even an exotic catalyst for the Izanagi's Burden. I know, it's kind of a weird choice for a reward for that, right? But hey, we'll take what we can get. But next week in the world of Destiny 2, we have got the official release of the Lumina quest. This is going to be a new exotic quest we'll be taking part in next Tuesday. So make sure you're staying tuned here as we'll be covering everything to do with that quest when it rolls around. We've actually got a little bit of a heads up on how the Lumina itself is even going to work. And that gets referenced a little bit here in the TWAB as well. Bungie says they're excited to see Guardians wielding this weapon to support each other in combat. And for those of you who don't know, that's kind of the way Lumina works. It's kind of like an anti-Thorn. Slight spoilers here, I guess, but basically with the Lumina, kills with that weapon are going to leave behind remnants, just like Thorn. Absorbing a remnant converts your next hip-fired shot into an ally-seeking noble round and partially refills the magazine. And using those noble rounds on an ally heals them and grants both you and them a weapon damage bonus for a short period of time. It's a really interesting sounding exotic weapon. Since I don't believe we've ever had a support-based primary weapon like this before in the world of Destiny 2, I cannot wait to get my hands on this thing and see exactly how it pans out. But again, we'll be covering all of that with that quest on this coming Tuesday, July 2nd. And Bungie even tells us where we're going to be starting this exotic quest. Again, just like Thorn, it's going to be starting off somewhere in the EDZ. Can't wait to get that treasure hunt going. Moving on, we've actually got some news about the next volume in Bungie's Grimoire anthology. That's right, starting next week on July 2nd, you can start pre-ordering the Destiny Grimoire Anthology Volume 2, Fallen Kingdoms from the Bungie store. The entire book itself is going to ship in October. For those of you who may not be aware, this is basically a hardcover, physical copy of the Destiny Grimoire, containing a lot of the entries, a lot of the stories you've come to know and love, in a physical form that you can actually put on a bookshelf. It wound up being a pretty big hit with the first volume, so I'm really psyched to see that Volume 2 is going to be going on sale starting next week. It's a definite must-have for you lore buffs out there. Additionally, Bungie is also going to be offering a new Consult the Archives emote in the Eververse store for all of you lore lovers out there. If you choose to purchase this emote in-game and are signed up for Bungie rewards, it's going to get you 20% off of the new Grimoire. You'll just need to make sure you visit bungie.net/rewards and redeem your discount starting on July 2nd at 10 a.m. Pacific time. You're going to have until 11:59 p.m. on July 9th to redeem this limited time offer. And then we get a neat little look at this brand new emote itself. I gotta say, it's pretty cool looking. And I could definitely see this as being a worthwhile Eververse purchase, especially if it's a persistent emote. We'll have to see about that. But anyways, moving on to loot of a different kind. Have you been enjoying the Menagerie, Guardians? Well, have you been enjoying the Menagerie with that infinite chest spam? I hope so, and I hope you get your time out of it because it's getting addressed sometime soon. That's right, they're finally going to do something about the chest spam in the Menagerie. Here's what they had to say. When Season of Opulence began, we watched as players quickly discovered a bug in how the Menagerie's final chest granted rewards. Players began to race out of the arena and then back to the chest as fast as they could to get as many rewards as possible before being sent back to orbit. It felt reminiscent of when players were farming treasure keys from chests on their sparrows leading up to House of Wolves. Consider this an error in your favor. We haven't rushed to fix it, but when we patch on July 9th, this loophole will officially close, allowing only one opening of the chest per completion. Until then, we invite you to take advantage of this all you like. Grow fat with strength. Well, we knew this wasn't gonna last forever, so make sure you get your perfectly rolled Austringer, your perfectly rolled Epicurean, beloved, your perfectly rolled Imperial Decree before the update on July 9th. Because when that date rolls around, the infinite chest spam will no longer be a thing. And I gotta say, it's kind of weird at this point. I'm glad that they're bringing this up and that they're letting us know well ahead of time that they're going to be patching this. I'm very happy that they didn't, rush out of their way to kind of crunch out a fix for that super quickly. But at this point, it's like, is it even worth it to patch that? Because everyone who's going to want to get a specific roll has probably gotten a decent roll of whatever gun they want out of the Menagerie. And they just use it to, kind of fine-tune their builds. And taking that away is going to seem, well, a little bit late to the party and also going to kind of hurt some people's incentive to run Menagerie. I know I'm not going to run a full run of the Menagerie every time I want to re-roll on a chest piece or a single shotgun. I don't know, I guess I've been spoiled by the cheese, but I just can't see myself thinking, oh, well, let me go run Menagerie for exactly one opportunity at this shotgun. Well, I suppose it's more with the chalice upgrades. But still, you get what I mean there. So I'm definitely a little bit bummed to see the Menagerie fix incoming, so make sure you get all of your perfect rolls done before July 9th. Still, very charitable of Bungie to let us know beforehand. And speaking of charities, the GuardianCon annual charity marathon has been going on for the past week or so, and you Guardians have absolutely blown it out of the water. With over $3.7 million raised for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, you Guardians have really shown up and done an outstanding job of coming together as a community. Really fantastic work all around. And Bungie themselves even had the opportunity to take part in that. But they're not done yet. With Bungie Day around the corner on July 7th, they are announcing that for the very first time, Bungie is inviting you to support the Bungie Foundation in their own work to make the world a better place through the iPads for Kids program. The TWAB goes on to state that between now and July 14th, we are asking you to help us raise $77,000 by making a donation. By contributing, you will play a direct role in providing hospitalized children with age-appropriate and therapeutic entertainment for distraction, play, and a sense of normalcy while facing some tough and scary illnesses. And there's even going to be a reward in it for you. Donors who contribute $50 or more between now and July 14th at 11:59 p.m. will receive a unique redeemable code for the System of Peace emblem. So you're going to get some in-game swag to show off to your friends. This is definitely a worthwhile endeavor, and with all the great things that the Destiny community has done thus far, I'm sure we're going to knock it out of the park. So be aware of that starting up in the next few weeks. But alright Guardians, that's actually pretty much it for this week's issue of the Bungie Weekly Blog, This Week at Bungie. There's not too much news going on, but several individuals from Bungie are going to be at GuardianCon starting next week, so make sure you're staying tuned to those GuardianCon streams to stay up to date with all the happenings going on there. That's going to be it for this one, Guardians. That's the news, and those are my thoughts. Be sure to leave me yours down in the comment section below. Have you peeked ahead on the Lumina quest? How do you feel about a support-based weapon? I know I can't wait to get my hands on that thing when July 2nd rolls around. But alright, that's it for this one, Guardians. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to drop a like, make sure you subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest stuff we're putting out. But I'm out for now. As always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.